Before I get started on the review, I want to say this. Smackdown Live has not had a pay-per-view since February. And now they just announced it. Battleground. Battleground's supposed to happen, guess when? Not this month, not next month, and not the month after that. It's in July. So you got April, May, June, July. July is when it's going to happen. Now, that's roughly about 5 months of a gap between February to July that we've had a pay-per-view just for Smackdown Live. Remember, you cannot count WrestleMania, that's for both brands. And you can't count Payback because the only reason that there are 2 people from SmackDown even interacting in Payback is because of the IC and US title. The women's title is not going to be talked about. The tag title is not going to be talked about. Nothing. Nothing at all. So this is kind of like a double-edged sword. It's kind of nice to see that they're giving a little gap to SmackDown because constantly having pay-per-views every month can be tiring. But then they got to go so far with it that they're making a 5-month gap. What the hell is this? You can do a 3-month gap. That would be alright. But a 5-month gap? It makes you think they don't give a flying fuck about SmackDown Live. They can't stand that SmackDown Live is more liked by the people. So instead of trying to keep the focus on SmackDown Live and say, you know what, the people like SmackDown Live, even if it makes no sense, let's continue giving it push, publicity, and more people. No, they want Raw. So Raw is going to have Payback and every other subsequent pay-per-view until July. That doesn't sound fair. But that's just my point of view. You guys tell me below. Now, what do we got for this show? What did I just see? I mean, this is going to be at the end what happened with the 6-pack challenge. But let's see what the rest of the show gave us. Okay. What we got at the end of the show with Baron Corbin and AJ Styles was a good match. I did enjoy it. Seeing that there was a match beforehand with the Face of America challenge. It's not bad to see that jobbers are presented. I don't have a problem with a jobber being presented. And Kevin Owens squashing him. It's something more interesting. Instead of using your main talent, use the talent locally. That's how the old territorials used to do it. And that built up the person. So I'm alright with Kevin Owens squashing somebody. Then he went on the commentator team. I'm not going to say the commentator team is very good, but it is what it is. We don't have Maldo Ronaldo anymore. And now that Brian Saxon's there, Todd Phillips is there, and JBL, which a lot of people do not like. And I'm not saying JBL's good, bad, or ugly. It's just that we've had JBL in the same place for quite a while. And I would have probably liked to see Corey Graves switch with JBL. Let JBL go back to Raw. Then do Corey Graves on SmackDown Live. A little switch up for a little while. I'm just seeing that respect. But when you see this match, and afterward, there was one major problem. And you can see it dead in my face. There's an advertisement for Team Ninja Warrior with a freaking countdown. I've already taken away that image already. I've already taken away. Why did USA do that to SmackDown Live? Why did the WWE even allow it? Look, I know that the WWE has to be dealing with constraints when it comes to SmackDown Live. They only have 2 hours. They're not always allowed to go beyond 2 hours. Maybe a minute or 2, unlike Raw. But, and I do mean but, if they had say about that little advertisement of Team Ninja Warrior 4 minutes in, that was the stupidest thing they could have done. That made it went from spontaneous to predictable. And that was stupid. That was plain stupid. I'm sorry. Team Ninja Warrior is recorded. This is not. This is live. How come a recorded show has more precedent than a live show? AJ Styles wins. It's a good build for him. But then it gets cut because, well, guess what? Team Ninja Warrior has to come on and we've got the advertisement. How long we got? Let's move on. Let's go to the tag teams. American Alpha against the Colognes. No longer the, what was it, Primo and Epico. The, what was it, Los Matadores. The Shooting Stars is just the Colognes now. And I believe that's the best name to call them. They had too many gimmick names. They didn't always follow who they are. And I'm alright with seeing the Colognes. I can't believe I keep doing this. But you got my point. And the Colognes win. Was it a good decision to make them win? Why not? Alphas have been killing everyone on Smackdown Live, to be honest. And I'm alright with seeing another team get over on the Alphas. Because we need more people in the tag teams. If it's only American Alphas and the Usos, well, who's going to give a frack? I don't care. They're not pushing the Ascension. Now the, who was it? Now the Vaudevillains have been split up. So what do you got? Nothing. Now let's move on to someone that I didn't mention the last couple of weeks since it's been advertised. Well, not couple of weeks. Last week. Lana is going to become a wrestler. Lana is coming. Now, I didn't say anything last week because I wanted to see how far they're going to do with these vignettes. They did one vignette already showing her. It's the same vignette. We're going to see Lana finally get into the ring. Now, am I glad to see Lana in the ring? I'm not here or there. The last time she got in the ring, she practically did nothing. Now, understand, she was still learning. And they were trying to protect her because the gimmick of Rusev and Lana was so strong. They just didn't want to damage it with her getting in the ring and getting her ass handed to her. But as it stands now that she's actually going to be a competitor, which I'm glad to see an extra woman go on SmackDown Live. And I will be getting to the women in a minute. But I can't really say I'm happy about it or sad about it. Or I'm not glad about it. Because I just don't know how much training she's got. Let's just hoping she's had more training than JoJo. And understand, I love me JoJo. JoJo was the most beautiful woman I've seen in a long while. And I love her. And for her to become a ring announcer actually works because she has a voice for it. But when she got into the ring, she was just too green. She was not ready. So I'm hoping that Lana will be ready. Let's see here. What else do we have? I might as well get this done because it's going to upset me until I get it done. The chance to become a #1 contender. And that was Charlotte. She comes out in the beginning of the show. It was good to see that a woman opened SmackDown Live. And I'm not saying they haven't done it lately. It's just as good to see a woman. But I'm going to be honest here. I don't care about Charlotte. I just don't. I don't really have any interest in Charlotte. I don't really care about Charlotte. And when I saw that she was saying, I want a freaking title match, and Naomi came out, I knew there was going to be some jobbing coming. For Nicole Beth, for Brittany Johnson, for Legend, for Bella, for anyone else who loves them a Naomi. And Belladonna. Belladonna, if you're watching this, I said it very clearly in one of the videos when you started saying, dude, I'm a big Naomi fan. What do you think about this? Don't troll, dude. I know who you are. I may not mention you all the time, but I know who you are. Don't act like I don't know you. Come on. Okay? I know who you are. Don't act like I've never talked to you before. I had to say that, ladies and gentlemen. That kind of upset me that a subscriber literally acted like I don't know who they are. Anyone who comments, I may not remember how to pronounce your name, but I know who you are. I comment. So anyway, when it came to the match, and the subsequent women coming out getting angry about her getting that shot. Ugh. Look, I was happy to see Naomi showing people that she is a great champion. I was happy to see Tamina say, hey, straighten out her jacket. What about me? What about me getting a shot? I've said this before and I said it again. Tamina and Naomi should have a feud. It doesn't even have to be heel versus face. You could have family versus family. You could bring the Usos in trying to separate the two. Saying, yeah, girls, come on, come on. We know you're going after a title. Remember, this is family. We don't fight one another. Now, if you're going to go there and actually have a fight between them, or at least have a challenge where the family of Fatu comes together, Naomi facing Tamina, I want to see that. I'll pay for that. I would pay $50 to see Naomi versus Tamina. And I don't care if anyone says Tamina's crap in the ring. It's still a good story. And I do believe Naomi and Tamina are great talents. But since no one really cared that much about Tamina, and when it comes to Carmella and Natalya, honestly being correct, that she decides, she comes over here and then says, I want a title opportunity, it's kind of unfair. And the match itself, I know I said this earlier, it was a good match and it showed how strong Naomi is. But Naomi had the job. Naomi jobbed. The look on her face holding her title says it all, ladies and gentlemen. It's in my face and now I'm putting it in my shoulder. You know how I feel. I saw that my mouth was wide open and said no. Oh, that was the look with my mouth wide open. I wanted to scream my head off thinking my baby had the job. My baby had the job for Charlotte, no less. I wasn't happy. I was not happy. It was bullshit. But I do understand, because of what I said in the beginning of this review, that they're not having any pay-per-views until July. They got to do something. They got to build it up. I would have liked to see them build it up over a couple of weeks. Give it 2 or 3 weeks of a build. Let Charlotte have a couple of extra challengers. Let Naomi have a couple of challengers. Let them build up into the freaking match. Not just give it next week, like Shane McMahon had stated. I want at least a couple of weeks build, not the next week. Had to get off my chest. I was just frustrated with that mess. I am not happy. But in the end, let's move on to the final thing we need to talk about, and that's the six-pack challenge. And I said it clear. I didn't say it clearly. I said this in a previous video I botched earlier. What did I just see? What did I just see? You got a six-pack challenge, and I'm putting everybody on my shoulder. Now I'm going to blow it up in my face. Now I'm putting it back to my shoulder. What do we have here? We got only one person that's even barely viable to become #1 contender. That's Luke Harper. Luke Harper. And that's saying a lot. Mojo Rawley has no right to be there. Dolph Ziggler doesn't have the right to be there. Sami Zayn doesn't have the right to be there. Or Jinder Mahal. And who did they decide to let have... What? I'm putting Jinder Mahal in my face. Now I'm taking him out of my face, putting him on my shoulder. I'm going to be saying this. Who the fuck booked this? There was only one person viable, and that was Luke Harper. People wanted to see Luke go up against Randy Orton. People wanted to see Luke go up against Bray Wyatt. I'm not saying that he's the best, but because of story continuity, it made sense. But what do we get? We get a Jinder Mahal being helped by the Bollywood boys. Now, I barely know about the Bollywood boys because I don't always get a chance to see NXT. But I've seen them. They're not bad, but you're actually using the Bollywood boys for this? And they don't stay very long. Then Randy Orton comes down to the ring. One, he doesn't RKO Jinder Mahal. Then two, Jinder Mahal is stupid enough to be standing there while Randy Orton does his monologue. Then after that, Bray Wyatt gets his Titantron monologue. What the fuck was that? Jinder Mahal looked like a fucking joke. And I'm not a Jinder Mahal fan. But I have always said that when there's talent on the roster and they literally do nothing with them, give them a shot. Do something with them. Give them something so the people would choose to boo them, to cheer them, or just stay silent. And you know they shouldn't be in the main title scene, or the mid-card title scene, or the undercard. What did we get with Ginger? They didn't even give us that. They made him stay in that ring and stay quiet, getting angry. And what? Once the lights went out, he disappeared. That was a travesty to Jinder Mahal. That was a travesty to the fans. That was a joke. And it's not because Jinder was picked. It was that Jinder was a freaking afterthought. What did I just see? You guys tell me below what you saw. And I hope you enjoyed the Zane view. Please give me a comment below. And I hope you take a look at my pro wrestling guide for newbies. This one was about the basic rules. The basic rules for wrestling, the combatants, the ref. Essentially, I just made that. And the next one should come out maybe in the next couple of days or next week. It counts on what time I have. And I believe that one will be about matches. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.